What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? Uh, Great to see everybody. I'm going to give you a quick review on 2425, just so that you know what you need to know for your short answer. Everything else, obviously, is all multiple choice and is free game, everything that's in your notes at that point in time. So, first off, I wanted you to be able to list for me things that we use as innate immunity. Here's a list of them. Not necessarily going to ask you all of them, but may ask you for some, 3 or 4. This is 5 of them kind of thing. So just know that these are the things that we use for our innate immunity. In other words, how our first line of defense occurs for dealing with sicknesses. I told you that I wanted you to be able to give me an innate versus an adaptive or an acquired immunity difference, so differentiation. Everything on the left side is really what I'm looking for. So innate, rapid, recognized, broad ranges, no memory. Acquired or adaptive responses are slower, recognize specific pathogens, and have memory. It's pretty much what I'm asking. The right side is the same thing. It's just more complicated. Lymphatic system. I need you to be able to list for me the 3 things: lymphatic vessels, nodes, and lymph. Please tell me the definitions of those things. In other words, what's going on. Okay. The 2 main functions of the lymphatic system: return tissue back to the circulatory system and fight infection. B cells and T cells. I'm going to give you 2 slides here. So first off, B cells. By the way, I had a bunch of you on this quiz put spleen down for where B cells develop, and I meant to text you guys and group me. I don't know where you got that from. Like the 2 questions were back to back. Like you gave me B cells in the spleen, and then you gave me T cells in the thymus, but they were right here. They wasn't all of you, but anyway, it's in bone marrow. That's literally why it's called B cell, by the way, just to let you know. But you need to know this information, but you also need to know this information, which you're adding to the last slide. B cells bind directly to antigens. T cells require additional step. That's the other thing that you need to be able to give me for that situation. Differentiate between primary and secondary immune response. They're listed for you here. Herd immunity. I'd like for you to give me a discussion question, perhaps question mark related to coronavirus question mark, herd immunity question mark. So just kind of think about what that would be. This is going to be one of those you can't copy and paste. Autoimmune disorders versus immunodeficiency disorders. Be able to list these 2. Differentiation, obviously very straightforward. One is self molecules, and one is basically the immune components are lacking. So in other words, they don't have the things to actually function. Here, I want to know the differentiation between endotherms and ectotherms. So very simple. Definitions are right there. Here is thermoregulation adaptation. So what can our bodies do to help regulate temperature? Here they are. Okay. Metabolic heat production, insulation, circulatory adaptations. You'll have to list some of these. I'm not telling you 5, not telling you 1, could be any of the above. Okay. I did tell you that I wanted you to be able to differentiate between how a saltwater fish and a freshwater fish, what they do. Remember, saltwater fishes, and basically, if you look at the very bottom of this picture, this is what I'm looking for. Okay? So, saltwater fish, they excrete lots of salt, very little water. In other words, lots of solute they're getting rid of. Okay? And very little amounts of water. And for freshwater, it's opposite. Remember, they're getting rid of tons of water, but not as much solutes. That's what you're trying to tell me. Here is urinary system. I need to know these 4 steps and their definitions: filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and excretion, and what's going on. Made that clear kind of when we went over that. And I think this is our last slide here. Give me 2 or 3 reasons why kidneys fail: hypertension, diabetes, prolonged use of drugs, juuling when you shouldn't be juuling, any of the other things that possibly could be there. Okay, not very complicated. Do want to go over something real quick with you guys. So I've been asked to use the Respondus lockdown browser. So here's how this is going to work. I have no idea how it functions. So I'm going to create a quiz in the next few minutes as I'm uploading this video that is going to be like 2 questions. That's all it's going to be. Who's the coolest teacher in town? The only options are going to be me, those kinds of things. Its only purpose is to have you click on something so that we can see how this works. Ms. Chikas disagrees with my coolest teacher in town. But basically, it is just for you to test it. I'm going to turn the Respondus lockdown browser on it when I do so. So what you need to do is go in and take that quiz. I'm not putting that quiz in the grade book. This is so that you can be able to test to see, do you have to download something? Does it function correctly, etc. The lockdown browser is, for all intents and purposes, is going to keep you from doing anything besides what is on the screen on that quiz. No going to another website, no going to anything else that you've already got out, etc., and then putting that information up there. Again, this is something I've been asked to do. It just is what it is in the sense of our lovely stay-at-home learning that we're doing at this point in time. So I'm about to upload this quiz. I'm about to upload this video, and then you have everything that you need to have to start your test, which will begin at midnight tonight, and you can take that at any point for an hour, at any point between now and Monday at midnight. Okay? Tuesday at 10 o'clock, I will see you in Zoom. We will look at external structures of our frog on Tuesday. We will then do internal structures on Wednesday. If we have not finished all of our internal structures on Wednesday, which we probably won't, then we will be back again together on Thursday. That will be the end of that. In other words, I will record every video, and then I will let you know when your practical will happen, how long you'll have to study and look at, etc., and then we'll set all that up. Okay? So good luck on everybody's test. Please do the practice quiz so that you make sure everything's okay. All right?